Good morning, Grenada, and thank you so much for joining us this morning on yet another Rise and Shine. It's your boy Troy Gill, and of course, we have lots of information for you this morning. However, before we start that, we want to introduce this morning's fitness to get your blood pumping, get your blood flowing, get your heart pumping, get you ready to start your day. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere to Rise and Shine.
Do you think you can cook? Register now for the second annual MTV Maggie Independence Cook and Win competition. For registration details, contact 440-8171.
Your beliefs, whatever your dreams, we all have one thing in common. We call these islands home. Beautiful Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. However, they are threatened by our actions. But we can collectively begin a new path in which our economic prosperity and well-being does not irreparably damage our islands. Let's use our natural resources in conscious and sustainable ways so that future generations too can enjoy our home. Let's care for our environment and keep it litter-free and beautiful. Let's all pledge to take action against climate change by changing our behavior and changing our lifestyles to protect our. And let's keep Grenada green and clean.
Calypso fans, the 9 finalists to challenge reigning Independence Calypso Monarch, Sean Nas, the Sour Serpent, on Friday, February 4th at the Granny James Athletic Stadium have been selected.
I want to put something
Can
in the
Sour Serpent hold on to the reign?
To being proud.
Or will the crown change hands as Philandi Jeffrey, Sheldon Douglas, Ellison Francis, Samantha Dixon, Nivian Cox, Kenny Christopher, O'Neill Findlay, Anthony Etienne, and Monique Cummins all vie for the coveted crown. Admission is absolutely free from the comfort of your homes. So join the National Celebrations Committee in what promises to be an evening of great calypsos. Carried live via GIS Channel 22, the National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and GIS YouTube channel. Remember the date, Friday, February 4th, 8 p.m. The virtual staging of the 2022 Independence Calypso Monarch. Overcoming our adversity, safeguarding livelihoods, protecting our future. Happy 48, Grenada.
Land apart.
Hello everyone and welcome to Rise and Shine. It's your boy Troy Gill, and this morning I'm going to be taking you through some workouts to get you ready to start your day. Alright, so we're going to get some stretches going. So what I want you to do, you just step up, you reach up, nice, you stretch and back down, nice and easy. Step forward again, next leg, up, stretch, woo, back down. We're going to do one more, you step forward, you reach up, you stretch, back down. Nice. Let's go. Woo. All right, guys. So we want to get a little warmed up before we actually start our morning routine. So what I want you to do, right, we're going to start marking time. We're going to, right, you're walking in place. or you're jogging in place, or you're stepping in place, or as some people say, you're chipping. All right? So we want to get all warmed up, nice and warm, right? Get that blood flowing, get that heart pumping. All right, guys, lift those knees, move those hands. We going. Nice and easy, guys. Woo! Lift those knees, move those hands. Make sure that everything is moving. You want to get your blood flowing and you want to get your heart pumping. All right, guys, let's go. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do some jumping jacks for our morning routine to get your blood flowing, get your heart pumping, right? That's a nice little workout you can do in the morning, all right? So what we're gonna be doing is partial jumping squats, right? So you go halfway up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Then you take it from here and you go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys. If you were following, then we're gonna do the full range of motion, the full jumping jack. All right, ready, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys, if you are following. Now this should get your blood flowing. This should get your heart pumping. Remember, exercise is important, guys. This is to get you warmed up, get you ready to start your day. All right, so we're gonna rotate this exercise, those 3 variations. We're gonna do 2 more sets, and then we're gonna call it a day. Guys, you ready? Right, so the first one, let's go. Halfway up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Full range. Let's go, guys. Don't give up now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys. If you were following, remember to drink your water in and between sets, all right? You pace yourself. You go at your own pace, right? Do what is convenient for you, right? Don't force yourself. If you can do 5, then you're gonna stick with 5, if that's your range, right? But every day, the aim is to get better and better and to improve on the repetitions. So if you can do 5 of each workout, then do 5. If you can do 10, then you do 10. If you can do 15, you can do 15. Or for those of you out there who wants to challenge yourself, then you can do 20 or more in the 3 variations, all right? So I think we have probably 2 more sets. Yeah, we'll probably go for 2 more sets. All right, guys, ready? Halfway up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15. Good. Halfway up. Let's go. 1, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys, if you're following. All right, so we're going with the full range, all the way up and down. Ready, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys, if you were following. Right, remember, exercise is good. Make sure you're taking your sips of water in and between the workout. All right, guys, so we got one more set to complete, and then we're gonna call it a day. You guys ready? Right, let's go. Halfway up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Halfway up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Full range, guys. Don't give up now. You guys ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys. Good job, guys. So we've come to the end of the set. And like I said to you before, take your time, pace yourself. If you can do only 5 in each, then do 5. If you can do 10, do 10. If you can do 15, you can do 15. Or for those of you fitness people out there and you want to challenge yourself, you can do 20. All right, make sure that you're drinking your water in and between. All right, guys. So we want to kind of cool down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Spread your legs. Nice and easy. Push your knees back. Reach down. Push your butt back. Reach down as far down as you can go. Just to get a little stretch. If you can touch the floor, even better. But go to where you can reach. And you hold that stretch. Nice. And you come up. Then I want you to step forward with one leg. Step forward. Reach up, just like we did in the beginning. You reach up, get that stretch, and back down. Nice and easy. Step forward, next leg. You reach up, stretch. Nice and easy. Back down. Woo! Good job, guys, if you are following. All right, remember that exercise is important. I want to encourage you, make sure that you're drinking your water in and between the day. All right, make sure that you're making healthy choices. Nutrition, diet is key, guys. It's about 70 to 90% of what you eat, right? That is important. 10% to 20% exercise. So really and truly, it's what you put in your body that's gonna make the whole difference in the world if you want to achieve your fitness goals. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Troy Gill. See you again next time on Rise and Shine.
The octagonal front of package label that we'll soon see in most of the Caribbean islands, hopefully, would be beneficial to everyone's health. Personally, their health, for the family, for even the country. Now, we've seen Trinidad and Jamaica, they've tested it out, and they're seeing how beneficial it would be. And it's different, and it's simple, easy to understand. If you look at other labels like the ones in the US, the UK, and you look at how they have the colors, you see they have figures there, numbers, how much grams of fat, but persons, a layman, may see that and have no idea. You have the nutrition facts label, and we've been doing sessions with persons, and yet for all, some of them, they still, they can't grasp the concept of understanding and reading food labels, right? The front of package one, you'll see in that black shape, octagonal, and it says high. High in what? High in things that can contribute to chronic diseases that we see rising in the Caribbean, especially Grenada. So we'll see high in fat, we'll see high in salt, and persons suffering from a condition like hypertension, they can tell, okay, well, this product is not good for my condition because it is high. Right at a glance, you can see this. And even a child can see this. Sugar. We've seen problems with the consumption of sugar. And yes, you can consume sugar and not come down with certain diseases, but it can contribute, especially in large amounts and frequent eating of it. So in terms of choosing foods based on your dietary needs, you'd know certain persons, at least, the average man, you may need 2,300 milligrams of sodium. And if you convert that, that's like less than a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you see a product says high in salt, then you know I cannot have too much of this. I may not choose this product. I would go for a product that has no identifier saying high. So you may see a low sodium product, and you can choose these and use. Now, in terms of sodium, you might want to choose seasoning products that has no salt added to it, right? That you can guarantee that you're cutting back. You're reducing the amount of salt in your diet. So it's a good planner. And in terms of fat, again, high in fat. Usually the fat is saturated fat, right? And what saturated fat does, it affects our health. Heart disease, high cholesterol levels. So we would like to plan our diet based on these items. So looking at them, we can say I'm not choosing this product because I already have cholesterol issues. Help myself by choosing those that not saying high or a low fat spread, a choice of coconut oil or olive oil, healthier fats, okay? So this is going to help us in planning and preparing our meals the healthier way.
With the details, I am Tonia St. Louis Lawrence. Consultations continue as Grenada plans to implement national health insurance. According to Health Minister Nicholas Steele, the move has been delayed due to the spread of COVID-19, which has limited how much the Secretariat can do. However, the national health insurance is well on its way with continued consultations and the implementation of legislation.
It is something I think even more important now is we're in a pandemic. Where we are now is legislation and consultation. NIS is not going to be a government push down to the public. It's ours. NHI, National Health Insurance, is going to be implemented, but before its implementation, the series of consultations It has become difficult to do so with COVID. It has created some delays and some restrictions, but it has not stopped.
Minister Steele says plans are in motion to ensure that national health insurance rolls out smoothly.
The need and the initiative for national health insurance. Behind the scenes, other things have been being done to prep in terms of electronic medical records, the strengthening of the health systems, consultations continue on that part. So what you can expect now is, once it's safe enough for us to do that, the beginning of public consultations, public Q&A sessions, looking at and allowing you to dissect our national health insurance proposal, and for us to then put back together what is something that the people want.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Nicholas Steele presented a resolution during the sitting of the lower house, which seeks to address the issue of people coming to Grenada and not adhering to the PCR test requirement, falsifying the test, or arriving without the test. The amendment to the Quarantine COVID-19 Regulations 2022 seeks to address the issue of someone being non-compliant coming to Grenada with respect to the PCR testing requirements for entry into the country.
Further, it is that if someone were to falsify that test or arrive in Grenada purposely without that test, knowingly that there is a requirement for that test.
That was Health Minister Nicholas Steele during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. According to Minister Steele, this now means a police officer will be stationed at the airport to issue tickets to these individuals.
If the person accepts that liability or guilt or culpability, then that person accepts a ticket and pays the ticket like a speeding ticket. If the person does not, because it is always necessary to allow recourse, then that person can, same with a speeding ticket or other citation, go through the court system.
Leader of Her Majesty's Opposition, Tobias Clement, says while he concurs with the amendment, he questions whether a special court system will be put in place to deal with this matter.
And I'm thinking about probably a visitor in Grenada for a couple of weeks, a month, or even less than a month that have to come in and leave. And in that case, how do you subject that visitor to the court system when we know the court system in Grenada really moves at a snail's pace?
One adjustment made to the regulations is the value which will serve as a deterrent to people planning on not adhering to the requirements.
If the charge for entering Grenada without a PCR test is less than or equal to getting a test before entering Grenada, then there's no deterrent. Then a person just simply says, well, I can choose, either pay for my test wherever I am, or when I arrive in Grenada, pay the fine, and it's the same. So it cannot be that small or the amount that's placed there. It must be of a deterrent.
Minister Steele reiterates the need for the fees to be of a substantial amount.
But I am asking that we go, or we consider it to be the amount equivalent to $1,000 US or 2,500 EC dollars be the charge.
Health Minister Steele says with COVID-19 moving from a pandemic to endemic, adjustments must be made to live with the virus. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell moved the motion as it relates to the amendments to the St. George's University Limited Act. In his presentation, Dr. Mitchell highlighted the many opportunities and benefits for the people of Grenada. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says every developmental activity that occurs at St. George's University has an enormous impact on the economic life of all citizens. He says negative happenings will also be of serious impact on the country's economy. Making reference to the present pandemic and lecturers moved to online, Dr. Mitchell says several sectors were affected, including those who invested in providing home facilities for students. The order amends the 2014 order of St. George's University, changing several aspects of the University and Grenada Charter to include the institution's operations, the incentives extended to the university, and the stipulated contributions SGU makes to Grenada. Dr. Mitchell highlights some of the positives of this relationship between Grenada and St. George's University.
The university has agreed to provide a $20 million grant payment to the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique immediately. We have done nothing except satisfy the law that we've signed. And they agreed to give us another advance of $10 million. So when this is done at the Parliament of the country, by the end of this week, early next week, we'll have $30 million, Mr. Speaker, addition to the coppers of the taxpayers of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Dr. Mitchell highlights some other amendments to the charter.
Mr. Speaker, for the first time, there will now be in place a mechanism for St. George's University to make grant payments to the government of Grenada when there are any equity changes to the university, directly or indirectly from the owners of the university. This agreement goes for 10 years. If there are any changes within that 10-year period or further changes in share ownership of the university, we expect to get 3% at least of the value of that share changes.
Prime Minister Mitchell says education will also benefit from this amendment.
SU now will be given a minimum of 22 medical scholarships to Grenadians, students to study, gain medical degrees at the university, and over 100 undergraduate scholarships to the citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and indicated that despite the increases in the scholarship, whenever there's a hardship case, Mr. Speaker, of some poor student with the family unable to pay the fees at the university, and the scholarships, because it has to be competitive based on the various criteria, if they did not get the scholarship, and we've been special cases as we have done over the years, they have not once turned us down.
Several other amendments were highlighted by Dr. Mitchell, which received support from his colleagues, including Education Minister Emmeline Pear. The Caribbean Development Bank supports vaccination and will not get involved in domestic matters where individuals have lost their jobs due to failure to vaccinate. Director of Projects Daniel Best told MTV that CDB has contributed handsomely towards not only the development of health sectors but also to purchase vaccines.
The Caribbean Development Bank is in full support of vaccination and will not get involved in matters that include the working class failure to vaccinate against COVID-19. This according to CDB's Director of Projects, Daniel Best. He was at the time responding to a question posed about the bank's involvement and recommendations for countries that have either a slow uptake in the COVID-19 vaccines or those that have made vaccination mandatory.
Get involved in what we would consider to be domestic matters, such as the persons choosing to respond to vaccinate and what has come as a result of that.
According to Best, the Caribbean Development Bank and the European Investment Bank have partnered to provide euros 30 million, US 36 million to CDB's borrowing member countries to purchase COVID-19 vaccine and make healthcare investments. This funding will also facilitate other health-related emergency expenditures to limit the spread of the virus, help protect vulnerable groups, and accelerate the region's return to normal economic activities. The financing, he says, is expected to strengthen the public health systems that are dealing with the pandemic, including improving capacity for testing, tracing, and treatment, logistics, storage, transport, and monitoring activities, as well as the purchase of vaccines and the execution of vaccination campaigns. The concessional financing falls under the broader CDB-EIB Corporation to improve resilience in the region.
But what I would say is that we encourage persons strongly to be vaccinated. As a matter of fact, we have mobilized resources through the European Investment Bank to target and support rather our countries, 30 million euros to support our countries in the rollout of vaccines, support for healthcare systems, delivery of support that would be required at this time.
Some employers, including the St. George's University, have mandated workers to take the COVID-19 vaccine, and as a result, some have opted to not do so for one reason or another. Best says the CDB will not get involved if someone chooses not to take the vaccine, which is a policy by the employer and is now unemployed.
But we are not seeing to get involved if some person, for whatever reason, between them and their employer, has become unemployed because of a protocol that their employer has put in place for the vaccine. That's not something that CDB would get involved in, but we do encourage all of the citizens in the region to take the vaccine.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
For the first time in 2 years, the Grenada Informer on Wednesday offered printed copies of the weekly newspaper to the public. Since the onset of the pandemic, the Grenada Informer has been circulating the paper virtually. The special Independence edition featured Grenada's history and special news features on different aspects leading up to independence. Editor of the Grenada Informer is Richard Peters.
We believe that independence should always be made a fuss of. So we thought on an occasion as important as the country's independence anniversary, it would be important it would make sense to print a paper, to do a special edition and to print it, which is kind of special since we haven't had a printed paper in the country for quite a while. So we did that and hope that people are happy with it.
Peters highlighted the historic content of this week's edition.
It's really a focused independence special, and there are a lot of content that reminisces on independence of the past and looks forward to how we move as an independent country. So you'll find records and history, you'll find the line of governors general come down from independence, you'll have the prime ministers, you have how our economy looked pre-independence, how it has changed post-independence. We've looked at some important people who helped make independence happen and what are the conditions leading up. So it's sort of historical in nature, but there are also features and regular articles, and looking at, some might be controversial, but that's what newspaper is, and looking at how we have progressed as an independent country.
He is encouraging the business community especially to take advantage of this week's offering.
In fact, we are appealing to the business people, business places, business houses to maybe buy a bunch of them and distribute it to the schools so that the young students would get the history and so on that is contained in there. And of course, we will, as a newspaper, will publicize their purchase and their distribution to the schools and so on, so they'll get some publicity for that. And we are hoping some business places will do that. Rise and shine.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine for today, Thursday, the 3rd day of February 2022. As we draw closer to independence, as our country celebrated 48 years as an independent nation, it's quite a pleasure to be here with you. I'm your host, Oslin Crosby. I want to welcome you to it's going to be another informative day here on MTV and on Rise and Shine. And today we get to speak everything independent. We know that we are not far from our country celebrating that very, very important milestone, and we will be sharing some of the activities that will be happening with you. So what we will be doing, as usual, we start off the day by helping you plan, and it will be no different. For those of you who are on your way to work, it's now 7:35 in the morning, so you're not far from 8 o'clock. But if you're already on the road, more than likely you will be early. You will be early today. So we go over to the Met Office so that we can help you plan your day. We did get some water last night and this morning. We're not complaining. We're not complaining. But Mr. Tamer, down at the Met Office, will share with us more as to what's happening with the weather. Good morning, Jerry. Thank you so much, Mr. Tamer. So mainly fair today with a few isolated showers. So we will be getting some mixed conditions today. That is not bad. We welcome the rain. Of course, the farmers, I know you're smiling while we're in the dry season. Getting a little bit of water is always a blessing. And we want to say thank you for that. So what we're going to do, our first guest already on, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we get to speak about the Independence Calypso competition.
Did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
Do you think you can cook? Register now for the second annual MTV Maggie Independence Cook and Win competition. For registration details, contact 440-8171.
We are known to be a resilient people. Let's show our true patriotism as we celebrate our 40th anniversary of independence, overcoming our adversity, safeguarding livelihoods, protecting our future. Once again, we celebrate our major activities in a virtual setting. Join us through the following media platforms: GIS Channel 22, GIS and the National Celebrations Committee, Facebook pages, and YouTube channel for the following events: 40th Anniversary Cultural Extravaganza, 7 p.m. on Friday, February 5th with the main highlight being performance from 4 of our top string bands. February 6th, live broadcast of the National Ecumenical Service from the Blessed Sacrament Roman Catholic Church Grand Dance at 3 p.m. and the military parade and rally from the Kirani James Athletic Stadium 10 a.m. on Monday, February 7th. Let's continue to aspire, build and achieve as one people. Happy 40th Grenada, the Extravaganza Plus.
Rise and shine.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are just joining us now, 7:40 in the morning, 20 minutes moving up to 8 o'clock. We are drawing closer to that 8 o'clock mark when most people start their day. But we get to start it a little earlier with you and give you a positive start of always to that day of yours. So we go over now to our first guest. On with me this morning, no stranger to Rise and Shine, no stranger to culture in Grenada, K-Mac. Mr. Mark from the Ministry of Culture. Good morning, Mark. Happy New Year. I know we have entered into February, but this is the first time that we're speaking on the program. So Happy New Year and thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Happy New Year too, and good to see you. And good morning to Grenada. Okay.
Is you have gone all the way to Dubai and come back. We'll get to speak about that after we get to speak all about Calypso this morning. But let us start off with Calypso. Independence, a couple of days away. Tomorrow, though, we will be hosting the Calypso competition. So let's speak about that. How many artists? I want us to start off with the interest. How was participants? How much did we have? Was our artists? I know they've been down for a bit, but they did not have much time also to prepare according to the theme. But they're around. They are pressing. So let's speak about their involvement, and then we can get into tomorrow.
Well, first of all, for the preliminary round, we had quite a number. We had 21, and from that 21, we have to choose 9 to come up against the reigning monarch, Sean Niles, and we got that, and we were in rehearsals since last week, preparing for tomorrow, the big day, and today we have our dress rehearsal. They will be having their dress rehearsal today on the stage itself at 6 p.m. So all the artists, it wouldn't be a surprise to them what stage they will be performing on. Tomorrow, on Friday, they will have an opportunity to be on stage today so that they know exactly what stage they will be performing on tomorrow at 8 p.m.
I know you have already drawn for positions as to how they will be appearing tomorrow evening. Share that with us.
Right. Order of appearance happened on Tuesday. And right in front of me, I have the order of appearance. We have Anthony Etienne, Grenada Michael Jackson coming in first. Then we have 2 ladies in competition. Monique Cummings will be coming in second. Sean Niles, the defending champion, will be at third. Samantha Dixon, the next lady, she will be at fourth. Then we have Philandie Jeffrey, fifth. Nivian Cox, sixth. O'Neill Finley, gun, seventh. Edison Francis, eighth. Sheldon Douglas, ninth. And Teddy Christopher, 10th. And the standby is Ken Richard Joseph. So this is the order of appearance for tomorrow at 8 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium.
Okay, quite a lineup. Very, very familiar names in there. We also seen some comeback from some of our women. Monique has been out of competition for a while, but I see she's back now in the independence competition. Shanda will always a Carriacou voice and participation. That is good. I like the lineup. Quite a mix too. We have the young, we have the seasoned Teacher Eddie. We have Sheldon Douglas. KJ has been around for quite a bit too. O'Neill Finley also around for a while. But the women, I love the mix, the balance there, the gender balance in this year's competition. And I'm sure that you would agree with me in that case when we say that it is quite a representation of what our Calypso fraternity or art form, who's involved in it.
Yeah, definitely. And Samantha Dixon, even though she's living in Grenada, but she's a representation from Carriacou, which is so sweet, you know. So the sister is participating as well. I can say it's a keen competition. The songs are very, very nice. The songs are very nice because I'm in rehearsal every night. And I can say, you know, he or she will take the crown. What happens is what happens tomorrow night. How well you do on the day. That will determine who wins the crown. I cannot say that Chanel will retain it because the competition is very keen. But I'm saying I will be there tomorrow, please the Lord, God's willing, and I will witness whoever will be named the Independence 2022 Calypso Monarch.
So a serpent, yeah? Quite a very interesting one in the game. This is what, how many titles? That's his second title, I believe, in the Independence Monarch competition?
Third one.
It's third one?
I think it's third one.
Okay. Okay. As I said, quite a very interesting mix for this year's competition. And I like it. We have young, we have women, we have men, we have the seasoned. This is good. It means, therefore, that our independence, we are really living up to it, and we have some continuity. We have some tomorrow. Tomorrow looks very secure. What can we expect? Tomorrow, we know that there will be no one at the stadium, but we can follow live. So let's speak about the virtual experience and where we can find it.
Yes, well, yeah, the lineup, right. What is important is that no patrons are expected to be at the stadium tomorrow. Everything will be virtual. We are asking people to sit in the sitting room and the comfort of their home and enjoy what will be a tremendous show. And they will enjoy it as well. Also, I'm thinking about asking one of the service providers to create something that they can say hey or nay, that they support their artists or not. So, you know, even at your home, you could give a little clap, you could give a little wave, you know. So we're trying to see if that is possible. I can't say for sure that will be happening, but we'll try to see if that happen. But we're asking people to please not to come to the stadium because the police will be there. They will turn back anyone who tried to come. But we're asking people to sit at their homes, in the comfort of their home, drink a Coke, drink some fruit juice, pop some corn, laugh with your family, and sit down and watch good Kaiso.
Mac, I think you know the culture that goes with Calypso and music in Grenada. And it's been quite a while that we have had a carnival there. I think we know very well what it will be, especially on a Friday night. On a Friday night, it is our live night.
Be at the bar, you know. Then guys who might be by the bar, I don't want to say too much with that, you know. But it will be something great tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Since the protocols we know are applied for this year's competition, it's a virtual competition. Any limitations on their props? Who will be on stage and so with them?
Right. Just as last year, we encourage for all the artists that they can bring 2 supporting staff. Normally you will come with about 7, but now we ask that you could come with 2 supporting staff. What we also encourage with the artists for the presentation too has to be virtual. So it will be, they have to do it on either MP3 or MP4. So video as well as audio. And their presentation will be seen on a big screen. So you won't have people come in and do what before. You have live people come in and do something for the presentation on the day. But now we're asking them to prepare it and we can show it at any point they want to do for the presentation. So that, but it works well last year, and I think it will work well this year.
Okay, I'm sure our Calypsonians or artists are usually very, very adaptive. For them here, the goal is to be able to participate, do something that they love. And we all know that now we need something that just to break away from. We are inside, we have been inside for 2 years, it's been quite a while, and we just need to do something different.
Of course, they're keen. I mean, the rehearsal, you can see that artists want to be involved. They want to get out there. They want, the rehearsal, you could find it, real energy. And I just hope that COVID go away soon, because we need to let off, according to the time. We need to let off. Everything is being stored. And they're happy. They're happy that they get an opportunity to do something, beat all the limitations, So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I know I will enjoy it, and it will be keen.
Sure, it will be a very competitive evening from the artists that we are seeing here, participants. It will be quite an evening. That's like a relive, something close, the closest that we would get to a Dimanche Gras. The last time we got one was since 2019. So I'm sure it would be something to look forward to.
Definitely. It will be something to look forward to. And the quality of Calypso, that I said, is of standard. It is of standard.
Very good.
I can't say, well, all right, before I will say, well, he
or she looked
good for the crown. But and that is me. But no, I can't say that. There is nobody in my mind who I think has the edge. On the day, then I will say, well, yes, based on how you perform.
With as much experience as you, for you to make that comment, then it's really tight because we've been around for quite a while.
Yeah, so and everything is in place. The service provider, the stadium, we're using the athletic stadium, the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. It starts at 8 p.m. We'll definitely start sharp at 8 p.m. And I think our system in place today. As I said, today we'll have the dress rehearsal, so I will know exactly what we can hear from the song, the service provider. But with all that being said, I think we are ready, and everything is in place to have a bumper show tomorrow, please Lord, at 8 p.m.
Kimek, I want to shoot a question for you outside of the Independence Calypso competition, just a general question. Do you think our culture, or the preservation of our culture, is threatened or was threatened by COVID? Do you think that we need to do some work to see how we can save? Do you think we have lost anything from that downtime? Or do you think it can add to what we have?
Well, I wouldn't say we lose anything. What I would say is that the exposition isn't there that we could highlight. I'm talking about even the miniature culture, because we normally every year we have concerts involving the schools and young people. I think it's just the exposition that they are not involved in the sense that COVID created that limitation. But I'm not saying that we lost it. It is there. And from what I've seen, working recently to go to Dubai, I realize the culture is still alive. Very, very alive. And people are willing to keep it alive. But as I said, the exposition, that is now, I know when COVID go away, we will have a lot of culture will be seen. A lot of culture. It is there. It is there. It's just like it is dormant. You have a seed and it's in the soil, and then you drop some water on it and then it's sprouts. That is exactly what I think is happening. But I don't think it is dead. I think it's all there, all pent up, and just waiting to be explored. Yeah.
That's a very encouraging statement this morning. Very, very encouraging. And as you did indicate to it, you spoke to it a while ago, the Dubai experience. You must share your Dubai experience with us. We have seen snippets of it, our artists going out there and representing Grenada, yourself, leading the team. And you need to share just a tidbit with us on that Dubai experience and what you think is going to do for Grenada in selling this beautiful land of ours.
Well, I will start with that. We sold ourselves. We sold ourselves to the world. I had some little conversation with people on the ground, and they were saying Grenada is the first country that actually have the buzz. People was talking about that country to the point. One of the people on the ground told me when he heard Grenada, he Googled, and when he Googled, he said, hey, 110 people living in that country, and you'll come and give so much trouble. Just so he told me, and they speak English, and I said yes, it's 110,000 people living in Grenada. He said when he look at it, he said when he look at Grenada, he thought was we are a bigger country. But I want to say yes, as I mentioned earlier on, the culture is alive, because with that demonstration we did at Dubai was really, really excellent. I'm talking from the Prime Minister, the Governor General, the Prime Minister, they all love it. And they indicate that, I understand on the Prime Minister Facebook page, he said congratulations over and over. And I think we sold Grenada. I think investors and other people interested in Grenada will definitely give our government a call or two, because I think I'm talking politically now, which I should, but I think we did well. We did well. The 20 minutes performance, we really showcased exactly what is happening in Grenada culturally, and I was very, very happy and pleased. On my end, it was difficult for me. It was difficult in a lot of ways, which I wouldn't mention, but I'm just saying on my end, it was difficult. And I want to say on record that I thank the group of people, and they really worked with me, because if they didn't, we could have been in a lot more trouble. But I think they worked with me, and I want to say thank you to the team. And I think we did well. I think Grenada was proud, because I came back and there was not a bad word being said about the team going to Grenada. I think we did well, and Grenada is proud.
Well, I want to commend. I have seen some of the snippets of the performances, some of the experience, the team, and what the team gave. And you did raise, well, that flag you flew very, very proudly, and we are very, very appreciative of it. And now with all that's happening, it is independence, so it's all about the colors. And you did showcase us, and I want to say thank you, because I saw it. Very, very proud. You see people all over social media, how proud they are of being Grenadians, just through the expressions of our culture in a country that knew nothing about us. So this is excellent. This is great. So K-Mac, before you run off, any parting words encouraging people to join the virtual experience tomorrow? Calypso competition starting from 8 o'clock. What time are we looking at concluding? Maybe at about 11, I believe?
Yeah. No more than about 3 hours. Could be less than that if it runs smoothly. We said about 2 hours and a half, but with the presentation of the crowning of the monarch, it might maximum be about 11. But as I said, I want to encourage patrons in the comfort of their home. Tune in on the TV, on your Facebook, social media, right, wrong. Tune in and enjoy what will be an excellent show. I know, an excellent show, 8 p.m. tomorrow at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. So my only thing is to try to be a part and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. It was a pleasure speaking to you this morning. I know we'll be able to find the virtual on GIS, and also maybe most of our local stations will be bringing the Calypso competition tomorrow.
Thank you. And have a good day, my day.
Thank you, and same to you, Mr. Mark. There you're speaking with K-Mark. Well, that's what we affectionately call him, marking the Ministry of Culture about the Independence Calypso competition, which will be happening tomorrow, February 4th. Remember, we have nine artists coming up against the reigning monarch, Sour Serpent. Grenada's Michael Jackson, Monique Cummins, Sour Serpent the defending, Samantha Dixon. We also have Philandi Jeffrey, Nivian Cox, Findlay. We have, I'm trying to make up my words here, Teacher Eddie, Sheldon Douglas, and also Teddy Christopher, the standbys, KJ. And remember, it's all happening tomorrow at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Kirani James Athletic Stadium. But remember, it's a virtual experience. We don't get to go to the stadium tomorrow. We get to experience it at home, GIS, MTV, or local stations, and also on the Facebook pages and YouTube channels. You can find them there. So let us join in. It's been quite a while since we have had a Calypso competition experience. So let us join in as we celebrate our country's 48th year of independence, anniversary of independence, here as a very, very proud people we are. And I encourage all to join. Join the team tomorrow for that competition. As we hear there from K-Mark, he cannot even tell who have the edge tomorrow. So it means that it's going to be quite a competitive evening of culture. Quite a competitive evening of Calypso culture. We want to wish all the artists the best. The reigning monarch, Sour Serpent, 3rd time. So he, 3 years, 3 titles that is, in that competition. I'm sure he's looking to cop a 4th one. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What we will do now, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we speak more independence.
Calypso fans, the 9 finalists to challenge reigning independence Calypso monarch Sean Niles, the Sour Serpent, on Friday, February 4th at the Granny James Athletic Stadium have been selected.
I want to put something.
Can Sour Serpent hold on to the reign?
To being proud.
Or will the crown change heads as Philander Jeffrey, Sheldon Douglas, Ellison Francis, Samantha Dixon, Nivian Cox, Kenny Christopher, O'Neill Findlay, Anthony Etienne, and Monique Cummins all vie for the coveted crown. Admission is absolutely free from the comfort of your homes. So join the National Celebrations Committee in what promises to be an evening of great calypsos. Carried live via GIS Channel 22, the National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and GIS YouTube channel. Remember the date, Friday, February 4th, 8 p.m. The virtual staging of the 2022 Independence Calypso Monarch. Overcoming our adversity, safeguarding livelihoods, protecting our future. Happy 48, Grenada.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renlec, energizing our Grenada.
Rise and shine.
Welcome back. Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, it's now 3 minutes past 8 o'clock. So for most people, your workday has begun. I hope you're there early and ready to start, ready to serve your customers or your clients at this time. I wish you a really, really productive day. Remember, please try to help someone today. It may not be a part of your description, but do something extra. Go extra today and help someone that may just need that assistance from you. So we get to go into our second conversation now. With me is Mr. David Ambrose. He is one of the entrepreneurs that will be a part of an expo that will be happening tomorrow. Mr. Ambrose, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure as you and your team or really the group of people that will be having that Independence and Opportunity event tomorrow at the Garpam Welcome Center, Kirani James Boulevard, which is not too far away from where I am at. It is going to fill quite a void as we don't have a national expo this year. So speak to me about that, the Independence and Opportunity. What will be happening? What is this event all about?
Thank Independence and opportunity, I think, is an apt name for the event. It's, as you said, it's something that really is in place of, not necessarily officially, an independence, a national independence expo. You know, over the years, we've had a Made in Grenada expo that showcases all of the products by entrepreneurs, artisans, creatives that are made in Grenada. And we do have excellent products, quality products coming out of Grenada. So this time, the event will be put on by a group of entrepreneurs coordinated by Debbie Mason. And the event will take place at the GAP headquarters on Kirani James Boulevard. For those of you who don't know, that's close to the Foodland supermarket. And there'll be lots of local products on sale. And it's an opportunity for entrepreneurs to showcase their wares, an opportunity for the Grenadian public to get products made in Grenada, quality products, excellent quality, I should say. And you will have a variety of different items on sale and on showcase.
How many? Speak to us about the different sectors that will be on. I see art here, I see art, craft, and culinary. Who are some of the people and how much entrepreneurs will be involved?
There will be around a dozen entrepreneurs, I believe. I will be there myself. I am one of Grenada's authors, so I'll be there representing a group of authors with so many books. Then there'll be people there with a confectionery, the local stuff, like probably the sugar cake, the fudge, and so on. You do have the products like the jams and the jellies and so on. The spices, you must have spices. Then there'll be crafts, sculptures probably. And so many different items, just anything made in Grenada that you could think of will be there. So I don't think patrons will be disappointed when they stop by from 10 a.m. and they have all day. They could be there, well, in and out all day up to 5 p.m.
It's a whole day event. As I said, I am happy that it's happening as it gives us an opportunity to still see some of our local products on display, even though we don't have the National Expo at the cricket stadium, with everything now been virtual because of the pandemic. I know all the protocols will be adhered to tomorrow, and I know that's something that people are very, very guarded against now because of the time that we live in. It's important that we remind them that all protocols will be in place so you can come out and still feel safe as you support this initiative.
Definitely. Given the atmosphere that we're in right now, we must practice all of the COVID mitigation protocols. So when the entrepreneurs will be masked, we expect patrons to be fully masked, covering the mouth and the nose. Sanitization will be taking place. Entrepreneurs will hold the bottles of sanitizers to make sure that they are sanitized, and patrons will be sanitized. It's fortunate for us that the event will be outdoors, and at the Kirani James Boulevard, it's quite breezy, so the air will be blowing freely. So there is no risk of things circulating indoors or anything like that.
Yes, that is true, and it is. I truly hope that it comes off and that it is a successful event, because we know that people are very mindful. We realize that all people are very cautious now, but I truly hope that we would look past this, take the necessary measures, but be able to support the initiative tomorrow. You said that you are an author. You'll be one of the people that will be there having your products on display. Speak to us about who is David Ambrose, some of your work, so that when we come out tomorrow, it gives people an idea as to what to expect, and they can even come out and support.
Right. Yeah. So I am an author. I have published 4 books to date. In fact, I just dropped a new book last week. So I have a new book right now, and this book targets children that I call the Kayak Tourists. But I've been publishing since 2015. So in 2015, I published my first book, which is a novel called White Spice. Then in 2018, I published a novella called That Time in Boggles, a Carriacou Tale. And that story is set in Carriacou. It's about kayak culture. Then in 2019, I published a short story called Zone 1. And then this year, on January the 4th, I believe, I published The Kayak Tourist, which is a story for children. And it targets the 6 to 11 year age group. So these books will be on sale. Books by other authors will be on sale as well.
Okay. All of this I'm picking up that you are from the Sister Isle. So it's nice to have representation from the Sister Isle at that event. Are you, as we say, a kayak?
Half of me is kayak.
Okay.
Yeah, half of me. I have one set, yeah. My mom is kayak. So I'm pretty close to that culture. You know, I visit, I speak to my cousins, I do research about the culture there. I was last there in June of last year, you know, just visiting and relaxing and as usual doing research. So it's always good to represent that culture in writing so people will know how things work on that island, which I believe is the most cultural part of our state.
Yes. I truly support this. I concur here because Carriacou just, when it comes to tradition, culture, very, very rich. I mean, you go for Christmas, there's something that you have to take away. You go for Carnival, there's something unique to take away. Maroon Festival in April, then you have Regatta. It's always something. And it's important that we get to capture this. We get to document it so that we can pass this on to our children. Because we know that our children and children's children, we're hoping, for as it is now, that this would not go away because Carriacou is just special, very, very, very unique.
Yes, that is true. And if you visit Carriacou, there's always something happening, whether it's official or unofficial. And you could never be bored in Carriacou. In fact, I'm always kicking at my cousins because when they come down here, they say Grenada is boring. And I'm looking at them, are you serious? But they know what they're talking about when they compare how we do things on the mainland and how they do things in Carriacou.
Yes, I think we can both agree here to this that your angle, the idea where you have rooted your just writing from, I think it is perfect as you have quite a unique market there as everything in Carriacou is special. Everything in Carriacou is special. I want to encourage people to go on out there tomorrow and be a part of this. Be a part of this. You might just be able to purchase something that you can share with your children. I'm sure there are many Grenadians that have never visited Carriacou. In your books, they will have quite an experience shared with them there.
Yes, that is a great point. And, you know, whenever we read, we travel through the pages of the book. So, excellent. You've never been to Carriacou? Read one of those books. And you'll want to visit, definitely. You'll want to experience some of the events that I described, especially in my book, That Time in Bogles.
You said you recently released another. Any plans on more in the future? I'm sure whenever you start writing, you never stop, do you?
That's the thing. When I wrote my first one, I was thinking, that's it, man. I'm busy. I don't have time to write anymore. Next thing you know, I'm doing another one and another one. So this one, The Kayak Tourist, even though it's about kayak children, but the story is set in Grenada. So I talk about both Grenada and Carriacou. And so I plan to probably do more children's story. This is my first children's book. And so far the reviews have been great. So I'll probably continue with a few more children's stories. But that book, The Kayak Tourist, is probably the book between books. So you see how small it is. So I'm working on some bigger projects. So hopefully maybe next year I'll publish a full-length novel.
Great. I love hearing this. I do want to encourage you to continue writing, continue sharing our unique experience and culture with the world, because whenever you write, once it's documented, it means that as to where it can go, endless. Where can we find your books outside of tomorrow's event?
All right. So my books, tomorrow's event is a great opportunity for people to come out and get this book, The Kayak Tourist, and other books, obviously, and other items, but specifically about this new book, For the time being, people have to contact me to get it at 418-5349. For the people who live abroad, people outside of Grenada, the book is available online on Amazon, in any Amazon market, the US, UK, Canada, wherever in the world. So you can get The Kayak Tourist on Amazon. You can check my website, deambrose.net, and there's a page on that website, deambrose.net, that will take you directly to the Amazon page of The Kayak Tourist and my other books. So great opportunities for people to access Grenadian literature, whether you're in Grenada or outside of Grenada.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mr. Ambrose, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Quite an interesting conversation, especially in line of the books and so, capturing our culture, the culture of our sister isle. And I think that's very, very special. That's extremely special. I really do appreciate. I think this one, Make My Independence, I can put this one as a good reason to celebrate independence this year.
Yes, it's about Grenada. So it was released, or at least it arrived in Grenada at the right time, just in time for independence. So again, it's an opportunity for everybody to come down to the Kirani James Boulevard tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and meet the entrepreneurs, the local entrepreneurs, to hold conversations, see our products, things like that. And thank you very much, Austin, for giving me the opportunity to talk on behalf of the Bazaar family.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you so much again, Mr. Ambrose. Any parting words? Well, you just encouraged everyone to come out. I want you to know just the final piece, where again the GAP headquarters, which is right here, not far away from me, Kirani James Boulevard. Come out, you would find arts, craft, culinary, also literature there, everything Grenadian at that expo. Mr. Ambrose, it is a pleasure. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I will try to make every attempt to pass by tomorrow. You know, tomorrow is an oil down and independence celebration day. Since independence is falling on Monday, it's a long weekend. So we will be at least trying to enjoy in our workplaces, give the independence experience somewhat. So I will try, because I want to get into that book. Read it, share it, of course. That's another important part, sharing it with my little ones, as it's important that we get to know who we are as a people. And I think that book would share all of that and more.
Oh, great. Thank you. And the books will be signed, so you can see it's authentic, coming from the authors, all of the books, all of my books and all of other people's books as well. So seize the opportunity. Tomorrow.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Ambrose. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and happy independence.
Thank you. Happy independence to you too. All the best.
Yes, thank you. So that was Mr. David Ambrose. He's an author. He will be one of the entrepreneurs that will be on display, that will be a part of that event. Opportunity, Independence and Opportunity. GAP headquarters, Kirani James Boulevard. Well, there will be everything Grenadian there. Arts, craft, culinary, literature. Everything Grenadian will be on display. The public is encouraged to go on out there and support it from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. You can't miss it. You would see, I'm sure you see a lot of activity happening there. Feel free to pull up. It's close to Foodland and the car park there. You can go on and be a part. Let's celebrate. We don't have a national expo this year, so this one can fill that gap. But remember, all protocols, all COVID-19 protocols will be enforced, so we will need to adhere to them. Wear your mask, sanitize, do what we need to do. The plus is it's in an open space, so it means therefore that it is safer than being indoors. So we encourage all to support the event tomorrow. And that's just about the time where we get to conclude today. It was a pleasure being here with you for another week, the first week in February. Independence on Monday, so Monday will be a holiday, it's a long weekend. I encourage us, please, let's not be irresponsible. Remember, we have to be responsible in this time to ensure that we keep our numbers down. We are losing people in this wave again, so we need to be very mindful of this. The best thing we can do for Grenada, for independence, is to be responsible during this pandemic. And I want to encourage this. Wear your masks, sanitize. If you have not yet done so, get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. I am vaccinated. I did it to protect myself and my family. Why haven't you done it? Ask yourself the question. Go get the information. Ask people who you know can share information with you that would inform you, not create fear and conspiracy in your head. So do what we need to do. Let's be safe this weekend. A patriotic people we are, a proud people we are. I want to say happy independence, Grenada. We are all very, very proud people. It is our hope that we can go back to the place where we can all be able to go out and do the face-to-face with all the activities that's happening. But we know that we are still limited, but we are grateful to still have an opportunity to do something to celebrate our nation's birthday. So when we do so, as I said, be responsible this weekend. Long weekend, but let us be responsible. Have a little fun, do something Grenadian. We know it's going to be an all-down weekend. Let us, of course, be responsible with the liquor, but a little fun is not bad. We know that we all need to exhale, we need to breathe. It's been locked up for quite a while, but as we do so, be responsible at it. So to all the team again, Tanya, Chad, the MTV team by extension, thank you so much. Our corporate sponsors, thank you for always supporting this initiative. It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here with you today. I'm your host, Jocelyn Crosby. We'll be back here with you next Tuesday, God's will, just off the long weekend. We'll be back here with you to wake you up. Perfect start to the week. A positive one, of course, when we resume, when we be back here next week, Tuesday. Another week, and we're getting closer to Valentine's. We'll be getting closer to Valentine's. That will be the following Monday. So let's do what we need to do. But remember, please, I continue to implore, be safe.
The number of crime and violence I see on the street. Sometimes I'm frightened I cannot eat. Hey. But when you check out Grenada, we have no diamond and silver, but we just live in unity. And that's what makes me happy. Is then I come to realize, oh God, my country is a paradise. Hey. I love my Grenada, my homeland forever. Sing the chorus louder, tell them about Grenada, the land of my grandfather. She will always prosper. Oh, my Grenada, land of peace and culture. Grenada is such a paradise. But a lot of folks don't realize, if we learn to pull we hand, do the little dirty